falling like a shot from my gun.
What are you doing, Mal? Come on. I tell you, I hit something. It's like a shot from my gun. I'm telling you. I saw something yesterday. I thought it through. I didn't go out and do it because I had some people, you know who it is up there in Connecticut, ask me about the exact time for those markets, right? For New York, for Asia, and for London. And like I talk on my things, Asia's usually exactly right on time. New York's exactly right on time. New York's always right around that 5:40 in the morning's the first wave. Then you get a second one a little bit later, around that 6:30 start. And then you get the managers coming on an hour later. London, it's different because we're talking about people. But what am I talking about? Why am I talking about like a shot from my gun? Because you got to zoom out and pay attention to what's going on in the world. Vladimir Putin. Not getting political. There's just straight money, man. Follow the money. Vladimir Putin, who's reportedly now the richest guy in the world, right? It's reportedly 690-something billion. It's all illegal. He's amassed, right? It's getting disclosed where his money and everything is, right? Well, one of the things they got to do about their economy and what's going on over there and with the war and everything, he made the announcement 2 days ago that they're going to start the rubles devaluing, right? Just lost 40-odd% in the last 51 hours, 50 hours. And he made the announcement he's going to start seizing rubles and assets. And people, you go, how could he possibly do it? It's that they were raised that way, right? It's a collective thinking, right? Let's turn Slade Alive down like a shot from my gun. Now I'm aging myself. It's like a shot from my gun. I went, wow, you know what's going to happen? And I saw it yesterday, and I waited today. See this? Boom! Look at that Bitcoin. Boom! There it goes. Let's go to the hour chart, right? And yesterday, so all the coins did it. Here's the hour chart. And right here, boom, 11 o'clock my time, right? Boom, it went. You know why I came and did this? I was down, you know, we got a chainsaw. Went and cut up a big tree yesterday afternoon for the afternoon and stacking the wood and stuff, and I made sure I was here at 11, just before 11, around 10:30. And I cleaned up with Gala and AVAX, doing some trades, and seriously made some money. And how did I know? Well, I went to this trusted time buddy. Right, here's time buddy. London, New York, Singapore. That's my time, right? It's 1 o'clock here. So at 11 is what time? Look, Moscow. And I went, I guarantee when they all start waking up in the morning, they're going to come online, and I bet you they start buying Bitcoin like crazy. How do I know that? Because this is how I got into crypto. Living in Phuket and making 89,000, 100,000 a month with SurfingLife. Nutrition company for years, 5 years and 5 years and 3 months. Those guys paid me $6.8 million. That was great. Anyway, I worked hard to build that team. So I'm living in Phuket. Been there. I was there 15 years before we moved here 5 years ago. 6 years ago, actually, the other day. 6 years. Is that right? March 1st, 2016. 6 years ago. Holy cow. Time flies. So I'm 15 years in Phuket, and you make 5 M's, right? Here's a lesson. Make your money. Make even more money. I know that sounds like something wrong. You know, you're not being a good Christian guy or whatever. No, you just be smart. You get a core income, and then you take that income and you put sections of it to work for other things. I was a builder. I knew how to build, and I built resorts in Australia. So what did I do? I took a portion of that money every month, and we put it together and built condominiums. Had this plan for where I kept repeating it over and over and over. L-shaped block, 52 condos. Smaller ones on the bottom, the 5 stories high. The ones on top, there was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was 6 on the top. All right, do the math. 5 stories, 6 on top. They were big, right? Anyway, big penthouses. And they're always out looking over a super nice landscape or on the beach. back when it was cheap and that. And we were selling them. And we were selling them to high-end British, not that many British, Swiss, Germans, Belgians, all the tourists that used to come to Phuket all the time. And then Russians started showing up. And they started showing up, and they would come with suitcases of money. Right? We'd go to a certain bank in Bangkok, go see a guy in Pattaya, and it would get all exchanged to US dollars and show up for that. Then we started to notice it was like 10 to 20% of our deals with the Russians, they wanted to pay in Bitcoin. I didn't know what Bitcoin was. What year would have this been? It had to be like 2009 or 10, I think, somewhere like that. It had to be, it was before 2010. Was it? Yeah, it was just, 2009. They were all coming with, and what was happening? The ruble was crashing, right? They lost nearly 80% of their value back then. And they're all showing up with Bitcoin. And that's how I got introduced. And when I didn't know anything about it, I heard about it, right? I'm not stupid, but I don't know enough about it. I want to be taking $300,000 worth of Bitcoin, $1 million on these condos in Bitcoin. So I went and started to learn. And when I started to learn, I went, wow, look at that. This is a great tool. What a great tool. I wasn't all into beat the government, hide your money, that. I was like, this is just like a commodity, like oil, futures, or pork bellies, right, or whatever you want to do in futures trading. I can start trading this. I've been trading a long, long, long time. And all of a sudden, yesterday, it clicked. I heard what went on with Putin, and just like a shot, Noddy Holder? Yeah, Noddy Holder, lead singer of Slade. Wow, that's going back a long time. It's in the early 70s. It hit me. They're going to start loading up on Bitcoin again. So yesterday I watched it. I did okay. Today I was ready. And that's exactly what happened. 6 a.m. See here? 6. So I'm telling you to get ready for tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to happen here for a while. You go. I don't know how many Russians. Someone go Google it for me, right? How many Russians? What's the population in Russia? And Moscow, so it's got to be in Moscow. It's not going to be over in Stalingrad or whatever, or another 2 hours away. I think Russia covers 5 time zones. It's a monster of a country. So it's got to be equal with when they can get their money out of banks, when the institutions, they can start converting to crypto and away. And sure enough, like clockwork, 6 a.m., 11 a.m. my time, 10 p.m. New York time, 3 a.m. London time. You can't add more than 3. Guess what? What am I going to have to do? Okay, I'll change this for you Aussies. Look, here we go. I'll put in Sydney. I know it's going to be disruptive for you folks in... It's going to be disruptive for you folks in Queensland, Remember? Joe Bjelke Peterson, your premier back in the 70s, said, no, we're not having daylight saving because all the women's housewives won't vote for me. Because their carpets are going to fade and their curtains are going to fade. The idiot thought it'd be an hour's extra. He thought he was, which one was it? With Joshua, when God made the sun stand still so they could have extra light to defeat the army. Okay, Sydney. So let's look. Moscow, 6 a.m., 2 p.m. Sydney in the afternoon. So whatever time that is for you guys in Brisbane, right? On the Gold Coast. And you Perth guys are the same as me. Right? You guys in Perth are the same as me. So, 6 a.m. Moscow. Mark this down. For a week or two, we're going to have a run here. 10 p.m. New York. 3 a.m. London time. 2 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Is going to coincide with Moscow. So let me get rid of that and go back to my Singapore. So, my time for you guys, I don't think I have anybody. Yeah, it's not like you're a great big group, right? It's like 20 of you in this Telegram. That's it. I'm not building this thing like a great big network marketing deal. So, here we go. Moscow, 6 a.m., 11 a.m. my time, 10. See that? Get on time, buddy. See how I make it work? You move it to it. And how do I know that? I went here and I couldn't get it. Right? I went here. What is equal to Moscow? Let me come down here. No. See, Moscow, I know Belgrade's too far across. Belgrade's too far across. It's got to be somewhere. Could it be close to... You can't... Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. But, nah. See, Jerusalem? See, they're taking it out. Wow. And talk about these sanctions. It's not around. Okay, is it? Oh, well. You guys are Warsaw. That's close to Moscow. It's right next door. 4, 5, 6. No, see, it's not right. It's the wrong way. It's a big chunk of land right between the edge across from Moscow across. You know, it was amazing how Hitler had got nearly all that way across there in the Second World War, wasn't it? Amazing he got that far. And then Stalin really got his troops. Just what's going on again now with the Ukrainians. All those peasants, all those people drove the Germans all the way back. And guess who got to Berlin first? Not the US, not with Patton, not Montgomery, not with England. Who got to Berlin first? Stalin. You know, that's what started all this Iron Curtain after all of that. When they carved up the whole world after it, I pay attention to history and I pay attention to the money. That's why they went over back to communism from Lenin Bolshevism, and they fought for the free world in the Second World War. They're allies of England and France and America. But when they carved the world up afterwards, and all the repatriations and all the money and all the payments Germany and Mussolini's Italy had to pay back to all the other countries, guess who got any land? None to Stalin, none to the Russians. They lost like 20, 30 times more people than any other country in Second World War. Guess who got any of the money? None to Stalin. He went, okay, I'm going back and going to turn this back into a communist state. Screw them, and I'm going to start taking over countries and create the Iron Curtain. We did it to him. It's all about money. It's always about money. So anyway, there's my tip. Use it. Got it? Look, here it is. I went to the 1 minute chart. Boom. 420. What are we on? What day here? We're on. Yeah, see, I changed the time. Careful. Get back to my Singapore. You guys will get all confused. So, 11 my time, right? There it is. It started. Right, here it goes. Right here, 11. It started, and then off it went. You gotta remember, it's freezing cold and miserable in Moscow at this time of year. And they're all at 6 a.m. So this is going to happen on it, and then, like, see this? Nothing. Bang. For 1 hour. Nothing. This is going to start happening. Now, what's going to happen when you see this? Here's another little thing. Just having another shot from my gun. What's going to happen here is New York and those guys and Asia and that, these people are going to get too greedy, right? And what will start to happen is every time we see this pump, like now we're seeing after New York pumps and that, they start to dump, they'll unload the market. Moscow won't be. They want to get in, stay in crypto, right? So they're going to be buying cryptos, driving it up. And anytime Bitcoin rises, everything else rises, right? It gets dragged along with it. So you will probably start to see after this. This is speculative, but it's always human nature. They're too greedy, not the Russians, but the other countries, you know, just like I've got onto this. They'll go, okay, I'm getting in. Now I'm going to start dumping it. The institutions will. They'll see Russia pump the market up with their purchases, and they'll do it. You know, this is not Russian people. This is, when I talk about they're getting up, this is the Russian institutions, right? This is the finance companies. This is the Russian banks. This is, the ruble is crashing. It's falling off the face of the planet, and it's going to get harder with all these economic sanctions. And they did it last time, right? They did it in the early to mid-2000s when they had that terrible financial crisis in Russia, and it's going to happen now, and they already know what to do. So that's why you're going to see this. 2 days in a row, guarantee it's going to happen tomorrow and next day. Get on it. 13 minutes. All right. What, you know, it's, what is the time now? 1:30 here. Wednesday afternoon. I love Wednesdays. I get a check every morning when I wake up in the electronic mail, in the thousands every week from one of my nutrition companies. I love it. I like getting up for trading. I like being up early for 2 hours, an hour to do my Bible study, and then get ready. And my kids, and they all have to do 4 kids, man. So I just paid the school fees a week ago. I have no idea why I'm doing this. 160,000 odd pesos a semester for these kids at private school, and we're schooling them. We have to download it all, get a module from Google Classroom, whatever. From logging into their thing, get a module, put it onto a drive, put it into my printer. I had to go and buy a printer. You know, we live in Asia. They don't even know what laptops are here. They just use phones. Buy a printer, print off all the things, and then Lucille and I got to educate 4 kids. I'm paying the teachers and we're doing it all. Full-time job. So I get up early. I'm up 4:30, 5 o'clock, guy, and get going all day long. And it was like a shot from my gun. Man, I like that song. Just like a shot from my gun. It hit me. I went, I got it. So I checked it yesterday, and I'm sitting here ready today. And I made great. It was great. It was just like taking money off a money tree. I sat here, and as soon as it started to go, I loaded up and away I went. All right. See you guys.